Yeah, I think Fox's pace, like you said, towards the end of that first quarter into the second quarter, they only had 21 points in that second quarter, but then we couldn't score, only having 16. But we talked about it coming to the game. It was the same thing last game. He's going to push the basketball. We got to get back, show him crowds. We can't show him any gaps. He's too fast, And the first half, we didn't do a good job of really containing and guarding him. And then, like you said, Terrence Davis comes in, he makes 6 threes, and kind of, made some big shots, some momentum killers he made. And, yeah, but we couldn't keep up with their pace, and I thought they got downhill tonight in their pick and rolls all day long.
What do you make of Terrence Davis? Because you mentioned the other night, like, he hadn't been shooting free that well. You wanted to trust going under. Burns there, and then he played even better tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he just had a good game. 2 good games, and he's a good player. He's a good player in Toronto. Very aggressive. We know he can score the basketball. I know he can shoot the ball the way he did tonight, but he's a good player. And tonight he hurt us. Like I said, 6 for 11 from 3. Some contested, some not contested, but he played well and kind of gave him that momentum. We did a good job on Buddy taking him out of the game, and then of course Terrence stepped up and played well.
You get these games where you want to tip your cap. Like everyone out there are pros. Everyone can have these nights. But when it happens, like repeatedly, you mentioned Jonas earlier in the week. I mean, what do you kind of do to kind of combat that?
Nothing.
What do you? This is the end of another 5 and 7. You guys are tied late. Do you allow that to be a factor, or are there things that are happening that you're just thinking we shouldn't be doing that, regardless of the circumstance?
Those things we shouldn't be doing for sure. And the schedule hasn't been to our favor early on, but we know that, we understand that. But just some of the mental mistakes, we got to do a better job of cleaning up. 5 and 7, and I think it'd be 6 and 9 in Portland again. So I think we have 4 of those already this season. So I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I thought our guys battled, they competed. They just had more in the tank. They executed a little better than we did. And then in the first half, I just thought offensively we had some missed opportunities. When guys were open, the same plays we made last night, we didn't make tonight. And so just got to keep showing these guys and, continue to keep working on it and making the right play. But I thought in that first half, we didn't do a good job of making the right play.
Coach Lewis, also Tristan Thompson, he got in there. It seemed like he gave the Kings a second breath of fresh air. Do you feel that way too?
Yeah, I feel that way. He's a champion. He's been on championship teams. When his name was called, he'll be ready. And he's always been like that. And, Alvin went to him and, he came off the bench, 8 points, 2 for 2 from the field, had some offensive rebounds. And so, he's a pro, he's a professional, he's a champion. So, if he comes in the game, he's gonna play his role and do his part, and he did it tonight.
What's the balance? Like a day like tomorrow where you haven't had much time to really get guys on a practice setting and kind of instruct. But you're tired too. Do you use tomorrow as a cleanup day?
Yeah, you can't practice back to back, so it won't be any practice, but we'll have a chance to watch film and clean some things up and, continue to work on, getting better on both sides of the basketball. So, it's just tough because, like I said, tonight we had the plays that was there to be made. We just didn't make them. We didn't make the right play. And so we just got to keep building on that.
How do you feel about just your approach to this game? Being that it was back-to-back, this is the best back-to-back that y'all played on before, and the team didn't let go of the rope at one point. Like, how did you prepare, just compensate for the fact that you knew it was the end of the stretch?
Well, we just had to try to get our guys early rest in that first half, and then try to use their minutes more so in the second half because it was a close game in the first half. So certain guys coming into the game, we couldn't overplay on minute-wise, and so we wanted to be smart about that. So the first half, probably we could extend the lead a little bit more. You never know. You never know how the flow of the game goes, but we try to, get those guys out early in those first quarter and the third quarter and try to save them for the, second half or, the later part of the game. And so, on a back-to-back like this and, we just got to have, we got to have guys step up and, play better. But, with that being said, all teams play back to back. So, it is what it is. So we just got to be better in that regard and I go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you.